Hi everyone, today I am ranking Ehlers Danlos Syndrome in media. These are all the media I could find with Ehlers Danlos. There's not that much because it is a rare condition, but I have Ehlers Danlos, so I thought I would be a pretty good judge if it is accurately represented. So in case you don't know what Ehlers Danlos Syndrome is, it's a rare connective tissue disorder that is genetic. So there are 13 types, and 12 of the types can be tested through a genetic test, whereas hypermobility type cannot be done through that, and it is tested through the Beaten scale of how hypermobile you are. I have the hypermobility type, which can cause frequent bruising, frequent dislocations, scarring, atrophic scarring, frail skin, and many more issues that can be more dangerous, like prolapses and hernias and a variety of other things. It's not pleasant. There's currently no treatment except physical therapy, which just helps keeps your bones in place, replacing the connective tissue with the muscle itself. But that doesn't stop the hernias from heavy lifting or the comorbidities like gastroparesis. So, yeah, I just want to see if it's well represented in these. I'm going to start by ranking Fourth Wing in A tier because I have read Fourth Wing. I even have a signed copy, one of my prized possessions. And the author herself has Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. Some people don't like it because she words the main character as frail and skinny quite frequently, and you do not need to be skinny to have Ehlers Danlos. But a lot of people are due to the comorbidities like gastroparesis. I personally love the book and the representation. I wish she would have said the name outright, but I mean, they probably don't have a name for Ehlers Danlos in a dragon society. But the dragon accommodates her, and everybody's like, why would the dragon do that? Because nobody else can have a saddle on their dragon. Dragons think if you're weak, you're nothing. But this dragon is accommodating and helps put their leg down so she can climb up the dragon and won't let her fall out of her seat. It's just so good. I love it. I already love dragons. Look, I have the Dragonology book. I had it as a child. I probably lost it in a move or something. So I bought it again as an adult because I can do that now. So, yeah. And then I also like how she frequently donates to Ehlers Danlos Society, a society to help people with Ehlers Danlos find the resources they need. And she donates quite frequently, whether that be actual money or signed books to auction off. And she has this new merch collection that I absolutely love, and some of the proceeds go to the Ehlers Danlos Society. And the dragons have zebra print because Ehlers Danlos is known by this saying of think horses, not zebras. Well, think zebras, not horses, because Ehlers Danlos is rare, so not many people would think of it immediately, and doctors are like, no way you can have Ehlers Danlos, that's rare, and that's a zebra. You have to think the horses, the most average of diagnoses. And so that's why it's known as by zebras. There's a lot of illnesses that are also known as zebras, just any rare illness is known as a zebra. Okay, sorry, I went on this whole tangent, but I love Fourth Wing. It's one of my favorite books because of the representation. I've never felt so seen in a character. And I feel like Violet Sorrengail, the main character, is kind of autistic coded, which no one has said she's autistic, but when she's nervous, she repeats these facts out loud and it annoys everyone around her, but she's like calming herself by repeating all known laws, and her like hyperfixation special interest was like being a scribe because that was what she was always going to do until her mother pushed her into the dragon sphere. And so she has it all memorized, and to calm herself down she repeats those, and that's like so an autistic thing to do with your special interest, to just repeat the things to calm yourself down. I do it. I know a lot of people with, no, I don't know any people, but yeah, I know it's a common thing in books, like, about autism. So I really relate to her. Okay, I need to move on. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Next, we have Spider-Verse. This started off as an OC. I don't know where to rank it. Probably like a B. You see my forearm crutches back there? This spider also uses forearm crutches and she shoots the webs out of them. So her name is Sun Spider, and she has Ehlers Danlos, and she is a Spider-Man OC that started that way, but then they put her into the Spider-Verse movie, and you could see her in the background, and her other name is Charlotte Weber. I know. And she uses a wheelchair in real life, but then, like, when she's Spider-Man, well, Spider-Girl, however we're referring to it, she uses her forearm crutches and shoots the webs out, which is so cool. And I'm such a big fan of Spider-Man, so seeing the art books, so seeing myself in, like, a background of a Spider-Man movie is so cool. Obviously, she's not actually me. I didn't create the OC, but, like, imagine just, like, seeing yourself in a Spider-Man movie. That's so cool. I would never see myself represented in anything, and then I'm in a Spider-Man movie. Not actually me, but, like, it feels that way. She's in a wheelchair, but the forearm crutches, that's me as a Spider-Man. Okay, I'm sorry. And the rest I haven't seen. Well, I've definitely seen the house episode, but I don't recall it that well, even though I've seen the show 1,000 times. But I don't remember what happened. So we have Alice and Jack. I've never seen that show. Grey's Anatomy. I stopped watching it. I used to watch it, like, aggressively, but my phone is going off. I'm sorry. I used to watch Grey's Anatomy obsessively, but it just keeps going. Like, is the show ever gonna end? It's not, so I stopped watching. So we'll have to see Ehlers Danlos represented. My family group chat is blowing up. Oh my gosh. So we'll have to watch that episode, and then House and Good Doctor. I hate that show so much because it misrepresents autism so bad, and the actor who plays him isn't even autistic. So it would be one thing if the actor themselves were autistic. I much prefer that. But now I just get, like, made fun of on TikTok if I talk about autism at all. I get the meme from I'm a Surgeon when he's having a meltdown. And honestly, it just feels like it's making fun of autism, not portraying autism. The actor himself isn't even autistic. And it must have been a hard role for him probably. But I don't think he did it well, okay? But I'll watch The Patient with Ehlers Danlos, okay? I hate the show. I'll try to go into it with an open mind. I will. Okay? Then we have Transplant. I've never seen that show, but I'll watch it. And then Bones. I have watched the whole show. I don't remember there being Ehlers Danlos in it, and I think I watched it before I was even diagnosed. So, let's get into it. The first Ehlers Danlos show episode we're reacting to is Transplant. Season 1, Episode 12, Relapse. Ehlers Danlos patient if she's already dislocating. Yeah, I feel like it's gotta be. Why is the lighting doing that? Because nobody else is dislocated, and it's, like, the most common thing.
Reaching into the crawl space.
Also really common with Ehlers. I had stitches before, and they fell out instantly. My dog. But yeah, the stitches will fall out instantly if you have Ehlers, or, like, they just tear right through the skin. It's because of the frail skin. That's pretty common. They didn't get that concerned that quick. Dude. I had, my ileum nearly ruptured for no reason. They're like, you need an endoscopy and a colonoscopy. That will take a year to get you in, but we'll check. And then the swelling went down, and they're like, I don't know why that happened. It's good now. I don't know why the swelling happened there. That's weird. But I guess you're good. That was when I was like 16. And no questions. That's just what happened. No way. Maybe they're in Canada. Maybe it's different. It's different in Canada. I doubt it.
It's hard to find the line.
I mean, I guess they're right. It can take years to get a diagnosis. I'm pretty lucky where... Am I lucky? I don't know. I got diagnosed at 17 because I was sick my whole childhood, and, like, my mom was very helpful. But I guess I don't know. You saved her is kind of crazy to me, but you can do an echo for vascular Ehlers Danlos, but that's not the tip. No, no, that's not how you do it. I've had a skin biopsy, but it was to check for vasculitis. It's not a great job of explaining it. There is no cure, yes. But you could have, like, said some treatment options like physical therapy to strengthen the muscles. Yeah, you really just went, no cure. You're dead. Well, no, you're not dead, but, like, you'll prolapse sometimes. You're dead. This is what I felt like. I mean, you could have been a little bit nicer about it.
About my patient. I told her she had Ehlers Danlos today, and she took it pretty hard.
Why are none of them pronouncing it right? Ehlers Danlos. They're all saying Ehlers. That's not how you say it! Okay, so... That was pretty not good. Why is DNC in the wrong place? Okay, there we go. So I am gonna put transplant in D. Okay, so they said Ehlers Danlos wrong. And they made it sound like a death sentence, which in some cases it can be. And then we're like, just dislocations, but also at the same time, be on the lookout. But that's us. You know what? That is kind of how they explain it, I'm not gonna lie. But the main thing is they tested wrong for it. You can't test Ehlers Danlos with a skin biopsy. That's not how it works. You either do a spit test for the DNA, or you do the beaten test. I mean, you can do an echo to see the heart valves, but that's only if you have the vascular type. And we don't even know what type of Ehlers Danlos she has. There's 13 types. They didn't test for the DNA or which type she had. So, that's why it's a D. We have no idea what's wrong with her, just that she has Ehlers Danlos, but we don't know which type. So, yeah, if anything, it just made the awareness worse because that's not how you test for it. Okay, so next we're reacting to Grey's Anatomy with Ehlers Danlos in it, and this is season 13, episode 4. I stopped watching around when Krev left, I think. I don't know. It's going on for too long. But, yeah, they make her out to seem like a frequent flyer. And, I mean, I have been known to frequent fly hospitals as well. But I hope they don't talk about me like that behind my back.
I'm dehydrated.
Trick question. If you have Ehlers Danlos, you don't have good veins, okay? She would not say that. You need an IV specialist because your veins roll because your skin's too hypermobile and they can't get a needle in your skin without it rolling away. So, trick question.
Purple.
Never mind. She was poked 100 times last time. Never mind. They got through it. I know some people were like, that's over dramatic, but no, I've done that same exact thing where some simple tug. I actually was ironing and I had the same exact dislocation. Well, no, it's more so my clavicle that came out of place while I was ironing. So that, not no very exaggeration. At least they said it right, because in transplant, they did not say it right. They said Ehlers, which is incorrect. But, I don't know, they could say it differently in Canada, now that I think about it. But anyway, they said it right. I don't know if he saved her life. She just wants to go to work. I mean, Ehlers Danlos can't be treated, so... I mean, if she has the vascular type, he could have saved her life that way and know about prolapse. But I wouldn't go that far, like, you saved her life. I mean, it's kind of crazy how they're wording it, but it is a dramatized show, so.
Look, if I give her... But all your symptoms add up.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to diagnose because doctors don't take you seriously. But there is genetic testing. And they never diagnose you in a hospital like this. They would want to confirm it with the geneticist. So, again, inaccurate, and they've done no testing. Relief, though, is real. Like, the relief that you're not crazy, because I get that. Like, you've spent your whole life being told, you're insane, you have anxiety. Seriously, no, oh my god, these trains have been killing me the past week. Anyway. I hate living in the country but having a train right next to me, because how can I not ride the train? It's only for shipments and oil and hay and dairy, because I live in the middle of nowhere. But there's a train. Okay, I apologize. But yeah, this relief. So that was like 2 minutes of a scene. Representation, nice. Dismissive. Doctors, not nice but real. Testing, did not talk about how you test it at all. So I'd probably say it's a little bit better than transplant. I'd say a C instead of a D. Let's go back. Where did I put it? C. Oh, we've got a straight line. How nice. Okay. Let's go on to our next thing. Next, we have The Good Doctor, episode 16, season 3, titled Autopsy, which features Ehlers Danlos. I really hope they don't do an autopsy on an Ehlers Danlos patient, because that's just gonna make me scared for my life. But we continue on. I liked that they used the infinity symbol for the Good Doctor logo, because often when autism is used, they use the puzzle piece, which used to be a symbol, but it's still a symbol, but it's by Autism Speaks, who promotes harmful therapies against autistic people and has a lot of commercials deeming autistic people as awful and life-ruining people.
I am autism. I'm visible in your children, but if I can help it, I am invisible to you until it's too late. I know where you live, and guess what? I live there too. I hover around all of you. I know no color barrier, no religion, no morality, no currency. I speak your language fluently, and with every voice I take away, I acquire yet another language.
And overall, it's not a great symbol, the puzzle piece. It's also feels like they're saying a piece of you is missing. And that doesn't feel great either. Though I do know a few people who know the history behind the puzzle piece, but still like it because their autism diagnosis was the puzzle piece that was missing, and now that they have the diagnosis, like, makes more sense. But I personally don't like it. I prefer the infinity symbol just because it doesn't have such a dark connotation with it, and I like that they used it in the theme song. Though again, not judging it for the representation of autism, so I'm really scared that the vascular walls failing is the vascular type of Ehlers Danlos. They are setting it up good, I guess, to the dangers of Ehlers Danlos, because the past shows we watched really didn't say the dangers. They're just like, here's your life now, here's what to look out for. Didn't follow up with specialists or anything, just threw the diagnosis at you. Whereas this is scary, but accurate in a way that I hope makes people care.
When I examined her liver, I found 3 aneurysms in her hepatic artery, which is very unusual and made me realize she has vascular Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. It's a very...
Okay, so he's gonna go back to jail for breaking the... what is it called? Girl, don't you remember? When you can't visit someone. We're not gonna remember it. Oh, a restraining order. He's gonna... yeah, so she had vascular Ehlers Danlos. He mispronounced it, which, okay, it's autism representation. I'm just saying, as an autistic person, we're very particular with our speech pattern, especially if it's a special interest. And I feel like, as a doctor with a special interest in that, he'd be able to pronounce the condition. But, you know. Is also his actor is an autistic. And there again, I'm mad about it again. But anyway.
very rare disease that often goes undiagnosed and can be fatal.
Are you really gonna make me call the police again?
It's hereditary. No, I don't want to get arrested again, but do you have an excess of cavities? You might have inherited vascular Ehlers Danlos Syndrome from your mother, and your life could be in danger, but its symptoms can be treated. Okay, goodbye.
Its symptoms can be treated, but, like, vascular Ehlers Danlos can kill you very easily. And there's really not a surefire way to treat it. I get my heart checked every single year. I'm supposed to, actually. And I only have, hypermobility type, and they said even that is dangerous with the valves. And so it's a lot of work, constant work to monitor it to make sure you don't die. So yeah, it's really important to know. So I guess it was helpful that he did the autopsy, because you don't know until it's too late.
So that's all I got from my mother. A potentially deadly disease.
That's relatable.
She was
I really
just
hope
afraid to...
they talk about Ehlers Danlos more than this. They did not talk about how it's tested. They talked about the deadliness of it, which is good because they usually don't. They talked about the types, which is good. But we finally get into it the last, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and this is it. I saw a lot of people were excited about this one and said it was one of the most accurate representations they've seen. But I'm not getting that. If anything, I think the Grey's Anatomy one was better because it showed dislocations, whereas this one was just the autopsy, and you don't find out until it's too late, which sometimes it can happen like that, but yeah.
Tell you. Okay, so that was, in fact, all the representation in that episode that we got, and I'd say it's on par with Transplant. They both said it wrong, though it's a little bit better than Transplant, because at least they mentioned how deadly it could be, but I don't know. I honestly feel like it's on the same level. It just wasn't that good. It was like 5 minutes in the episode. We should not have to settle for representation that's 5 minutes. And not even explained what happens, just that you need to see a doctor. I really was holding hope for it, even though I really don't like that they have a non-autistic person playing an autistic character, and how much people with autism in real life get bullied because of things that happen in that show. It's just really disappointing to me. So now we have Alice Jackhouse Bones. I need something to please get better. So I'm going to react to Alice and Jack, I think is what it's called. Because I heard that one's good. So please. Okay, so now we are on Alice and Jack, episode 5. There's only one season, and supposedly this one is the Ehlers Danlos one. I will let you know how it is. Also, ignore my hot flash thing. I don't know what's happening. I think I'm just flushing because of Ehlers Danlos. Can you believe that? The video we're doing right now, reacting to the condition, I'm having a flare-up right now. And who can imagine that?
On top of mine. How do you feel about that, Jack?
He's so happy that I'm so scared because I know where the Ehlers Danlos representation comes in. It's gonna get scary sad. But he's so happy right now. I feel bad. I just want to pause it and let them stay happy. I won't do that though. For the sake of the video, I'm not doing that.
Tumor-specific form of anti-CTLA4.
I'm just thinking this is crazy because my sister's obsessed with genetics, so this just sounds like her talking to me. It doesn't make sense, but it reminds me a lot of her. She became obsessed with genetics after I got diagnosed.
You okay? Yeah, sorry, traffic is, I'll call you back. Just, you keep doing what you're doing, yeah?
Jack?
Hey, Lynn.
I'm not gonna lie, watching him, like, having a health episode is really scary because I just, like, I'm like, that could happen to me, which is not the greatest feeling, but yeah, but, like, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for representation, okay?
You have Ehlers Danlos Syndrome, a genetic disorder.
They pronounced it right! Haven't had that yet. That's great. Mint.
Of the connective tissue, in your case, of this piece right here, where the artery meets your heart.
Okay, well, I said it was mint that they pronounced it right, but then when he has the scary artery, that could happen. That's less mint, but accurate.
Okay, that sounds bad. That looks bad.
Because it's an aortic aneurysm, which, had it gone undetected, might have led to dissection, which would have led to death. But now that we know about it, we can keep it from killing you.
Jesus.
That is why if you have Ehlers Danlos, get your heart checked every year. Because if you don't know, it will kill you. So get your heart checked every year. And don't be like me and forget to make the appointment. Because I did forget for a while. But I'm going in January to see a cardiologist. So don't you all worry. I'm getting another EKG. Do it as your doctor prescribes if you have Ehlers Danlos, because you really gotta know unless you're looking for instant random death.
Christ, okay.
Your medical history says that both your parents died of heart attacks.
They did.
No, they didn't.
So what are my odds?
Assuming you behave yourself 100%.
100, okay.
As I said, it's a syndrome, not a disease.
Yeah.
You
It won't
did
kill
say
you.
that.
It
Yeah.
won't kill you. It won't kill you. If you keep it under control.
Just laugh. That was a lot to, you know.
It's bad news, but it's not terrible
News.
news.
Yeah.
I mean, that is such terrible luck, though. Like, your girlfriend, or whatever she is, I don't know how to describe their relationship, she gets cancer, so she's can't have the baby. She's pregnant with your baby, can't have it no longer because she has cancer. And then you have an aneurysm due to stress that nearly could kill you, and you find out you have Ehlers Danlos, and you both just won the genetic lottery. Okay, so I guess the Ehlers Danlos thing is kind of like a side plot to the main story, which, while she's battling cancer, he finds out he has Ehlers Danlos. But they did a good job. They pronounced the name right. They said it's hereditary. He found out why his parents died in the past, and they explained why it caused the aneurysm. And I think it did, so far, one of the best. Again, didn't get talked about a lot, so I'm gonna say B. And honestly, I think that's the best we're gonna get, because I've seen House and Bones, and they did not have an impression on me. I literally don't even remember there being an episode about it. So, yeah, I guess we'll go on to those next. Man, what I'm learning is Ehlers Danlos representation sucks! Okay, so now we're reacting to House, which features Ehlers Danlos in Season 7, The Dig, episode 16, I think. Okay, so of course I don't remember the episode. House isn't in it, so there's an Ehlers Danlos patient, and House isn't gonna see him? How are they gonna get diagnosed?
He also...
They can't be. Fun. We're also gonna need a psych consult.
I'm really confused how he's gonna have Ehlers Danlos when he's just coughing up blood. Well, coughing up blood is bad, but so far they found out he's coughing up blood and is a hoarder and just think he has a bacteria. And I don't know how this is gonna align, but this is how House works. Some random illness, then it's wrong, you nearly die, and then diagnosis. But how's it gonna work? House isn't there. Okay, so I'm really not remembering having seen this, even though I've watched all of House multiple times. I don't know, but there's a lady in the trash heap. I'm trying to relate this to Ehlers Danlos. It's not happening. I'm remembering why I don't remember it. It's just because of the insane side quest of the potato spud shooter contest, and that's all I remember from this episode. Because what do you mean this is a medical show and he is shooting potatoes?
You look good.
We think you have Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. It would explain the...
Okay, we think you have Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. Mispronounced it wrong. Did no genetic testing, and just assuming off of infertility, which of course can be a symptom, but what? That is the craziest jump I've ever seen.
symptoms. It also causes miscarriages.
What symptoms is it causing? Is it causing the heart palpitations? I guess it could do that. Low oxygen? I don't think so.
Is that something you think you might have? Or the hoarding? Hoarding eventually made you sick, too.
What does that have to do with Ehlers
cure her?
Danlos?
We can treat the physical symptoms as they arise, make her life a lot better, but the hoarding, we're the wrong kind of doctors.
Yeah, you can't even treat Ehlers Danlos either. I don't understand. But I feel like we're just tacking it in at the end. Whoop. Here's no evidence for this. Whoop. Dude, I'm gonna be so mad because I love House. It's my favorite medical drama because it's so silly willy. And House is doing side quests every episode like he is in this one. And man, they did this so dirty. This one really hurts to do, as this is one of my favorite shows to watch. And the episode itself is really good because it has number 13, who is a great actress, and I really like her storyline with Huntington's. But the Ehlers Danlos was just so bad. They said the name wrong. They did no testing. It didn't make any sense in the connection. It just seemed like just because she had miscarriages, that meant she had Ehlers Danlos, and it seemed like they did not test anything, so I have to put it in. I have to do it. I have to do it. Oh. I'm sorry for the fellow House fans. I'm sorry. Next and last one is Bones, and I can't see that going much better because everybody in that show is dead. So, this was a terrible video idea. Let's go find the episode of Bones. We have Bones, Season 4, Episode 5, where Ehlers Danlos was featured. So let's get into our very last ranking.
Great.
It's kind of funny watching Bones back, realizing how autistic coded she was, and it's no wonder I liked this show even before I was diagnosed and related to Temperance Brennan, and she's so blunt, and it just makes me giggle. Like, man, I should have realized that I was autistic sooner.
What do you glean from the x-rays?
Slight spinal curvature, hypermobile extension joints, cartilage deficiency, Ehlers Danlos Syndrome.
We'll have the FBI check.
Okay, so they didn't say the name correctly. It's Ehlers Danlos Syndrome, but the hypermobile joints and the weak cartilage, it's kind of cool to see that even in death, you will see that I have Ehlers Danlos. And even though you can't see it on the outside, it's very obvious in the inside. They just see the bones and they know. And that's very interesting to me. It kind of reminds me of the Drag Path edits where, as evidence, I left there on purpose that line from the 21 Pilots song. And it's just kind of cool that it's not all in your head. And they're going to check orthopedic physicians because of the shoes being like child shoes, and then also people with Ehlers Danlos often need orthopedic physicians for surgeries. So it's cool how seriously they're taking this, and this was probably years and years ago. It's an old show, and Ehlers Danlos didn't start getting recognized until, I don't know, 2021. I know nobody has heard of it in Maine, so for a show this big to recognize it so long ago is huge.
With local orthopedic physicians.
The water turned purple because
We cross-referenced Ellen Danny Syndrome.
Ehlers Danlos.
Those kitty shoes and track.
Ellie Danning. And she corrected him, Ehlers Danlos. She said it right, which is great, so that's good. And also, that feels like a conversation with my dad, because my dad always forgets the name for my condition that he gave me. It's in his genetics,
because it runs on my dad's side of the family, and he always goes, Ehlers Danlos? Ehlers Dannies? Just like Booth, and that was very relatable.
Down, okay.
My son was diagnosed with Ehlers Danlos in his teens.
And she said it right, too! And he was diagnosed in his teens like me. My God, this episode is good. Yeah. They're talking about me.
Are you sure it's Jared? Finishing a book. He checked into a hotel, so
I get this. This is like my life, actually. The shoes, the shirts, the same shirts, but mine are all Taylor Swift cardigans. And instead of being 25, I'm 23. I'm really feeling sane right now, which is crazy. And I live with my mommy. I just really have to sit with myself sometimes and say, I just said that, and I'm going to put that on the internet.
wouldn't bother him.
If our victim's 25 years old, I'd assume he was mentally slow.
Given the complexity of his novels, I'd estimate his IQ to be higher than yours.
Then Booth is right. Something else is wrong.
Ah! Full speed ahead, sweets!
All right, let me have it. Come on.
It goes without saying. Everything is perfectly aligned. Obsessive compulsive.
I was more so thinking autism because that's how my room looks. And I don't have OCD. Because OCD is more like the intrusive thoughts, and you have to do that. I don't have to do it. I just have to have it in the right spot for me to be happy. That's not wrong, but it's true. It's like my autism. It's like everything needs to be in the same place or I get upset.
How does this help us?
People with OCD repeat patterns in their life.
And you know what's a comorbidity of Ehlers Danlos? Autism and OCD. Man, this show is getting it good. I must say, A so far. Could go down. We don't know.
Very well discussed.
OCD, well, Ehlers Danlos is genetic, and OCD is a comorbidity of Ehlers Danlos, so his mother probably has Ehlers Danlos as well as OCD, and she's obsessed with 12s. They're connecting the dots with the Ehlers. They're through a crime scene. Crazy town. I just popped my elbow.
I suspect that's just ironic.
Okay, this side of him.
Okay, we finished our list, and you know what's crazy? The guy who was dead is actually an A tier. The guy who's dead is the best representation we've had. Apparently, we can only have good representation when we're dead. And that really isn't that how life works. All the greatest artists are dead anyway, so I guess it has to be with the representation as well. What I'm learning from this is we really need more Ehlers Danlos representation, more awareness, so we can get proper treatment, and maybe one day we'll have an S tier, but today we only have A tier. There's the list. Final list. It is sad that there's no perfect one, and it's especially sad that the house failed me in such a big way, but hopefully maybe some of you learn from this and want to make more stuff accurate. And maybe you're writers yourself and want to learn about Ehlers Danlos and what not to do. I hope this helped. And maybe one day I'll write a book about Ehlers Danlos. We never know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for art content, video essays, chronic illness awareness, and most importantly, everyone, stay weird.
Thank you.